Hi, Libra. I am here today to give you your message of the week. Thank you for your likes, subscribes, follows, shares, and comments. I greatly appreciate it. Just a quick reminder that for the month of October 2024, all the services are at 50% off if you order online. So I recommend you checking out the link of the description part below if you're interested in any services with me at this moment. So let's find out what we have to tell my Libra collective. Though I always like to start by telling you that this is for the spiritual warriors. This is for the people that are actually doing the work to be able to move forward. These are not for karmics, for narcissistic people, low resonancy people, people that are toxic. I think there's enough channels out here for those types of people, and that's not this. So if you're ready to actually do the work, this is the channel for you. So let's start. What do we have to tell my Libras? I'm going to use an animal card first before we start. Ooh, this is interesting because we are in the energy of Libra at the moment, and you have the Beaver with balance. And it says you are being told that hard work is important, but so is quality time with your loved ones. The balance between work and play, family and career must be maintained for overall wholeness and success. And actually, when I was going to say wholeness, I was reading in my mind's eye wellness. So if you are feeling a little disconnected, if you're feeling a little down, a little bit bummed, there is something you're overdoing. If it's relaxing too much, that's a possibility, or if it's working too much is a possibility. And what you're being called to do at this moment is to have balance. Now, what else do we have to tell? They told me about these ones. Okay, so I have my combo deck here to find out what else do we have to tell my Libras regarding this balance. Okay, so right off the bat, we have the Moon card in reverse. So there is something that is being revealed to you, and that is going to bring a little bit of victory and triumph over you. It's kind of like this energy. The Six of Wands is this energy where you're finally getting the download and understanding why certain things happened, and now you feel strong for the fact that you have this information. It's actually going to bring you a lot of happiness. 10 of Cups, and it's taking you out of the dark times that you were going through, because we have the Six of Swords. As I'm looking at the transition of this energy, it looks like why they're telling you that you need balance at this time is that the revelations that you are going to be experiencing, the things that are no longer in the dark, things that you are now truly understanding about relationships, about your life, about how things actually played out. It does feel like a download, because I don't know, when I'm looking at this, I'm seeing the guy in the horse that's victorious, and then he's placing a crown, a wreath over the girl's head. So it feels like um your ancestors kind of placing a download in you, the spiritual team, whatever you guys decide to call it, but it feels like a download, and it's something that you wake up and it's an aha moment where you're just kind of like, oh my God, how did I not see this before? And it brings a lot of peace to you. It brings a lot of happiness to you, because sometimes we don't understand why it is that we go through really difficult moments or why certain things are happening. And then when, I don't know, something happens, you're like, oh my God, if I would have been there, or if I would have still been connected to this person, if I would have, should have, could have, if I would have been there, all of a sudden, this would have happened to me. So now I understand why I had to go through all that drama. This is what it kind of feels like. So, a balance kind of also feels like you'll see how balance enters your life, and you don't feel like you have to always struggle. Because it does feel like I'm working really, really, really hard. And it's like, why does everybody else have it so easy and I'm struggling? Why is it everything else is so easy for everybody else and I'm here struggling? And then something gets revealed and you're like, oh my God, that was just a lie. Like, it wasn't that great for those people. Things weren't that easy for those people. Or, oh, they just did it because they sold their soul, or they did some kind of contract that was like sketch, and that's the reason they got there. So I think I'm okay where I'm at right now. You know, it brings peace to you, this revelation. And you have the card of Judgment. And honestly, what it feels like, as I'm looking at this, it's like the truth will set you free is what I heard when I saw that. So it's kind of like this whole entire time you feel like you've been dug in the nasty hole and everything's been kind of sucky, but now you found this out and you're like, oh, I feel so much better now. And it's not like if we're feeling happy about another person's misery, but in a way we are, because it's like this entire time I've been living like torture, mental, spiritual torture, thinking, what have I done wrong? Like, what karma am I paying for? What the flip is happening? And then finally finding out that you really didn't do anything wrong. The problem was that you were the only one doing things right. And that's why it was so hard. It feels so liberating. And then I pulled out these two cards in addition. Now, with the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like you feel empowered to look for something new. Like, um, I feel like new ideas, new groups, new something, but it feels like you're gonna feel empowered after receiving this information to go for something different, something new, something that's gonna open your energies to other things. What is this new thing? Pentacles. Ooh, we have the King of Wands. I think that what you're going to be empowered to do is to find out how you can fight for yourself, or how you can defend yourself, or how it's okay to be not 100% butterflies and rainbows, but sometimes know how to whip that ass. That feels like that. Because we got the two hot heads of the card in the tarot here, the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Yeah, you're removing your blindfold and you stopped sitting around believing that the reason why all these things have been happening to you is because somehow you're paying for some kind of karma or you deserve it. You start getting to the point where you're like, I never deserved this treatment. I never deserved this life. I never deserved this reality. It's time for me to get my ass up and start fighting for what's mine. Like, I'm not living stuck thinking that this reality that I've had up to now was the one that I deserved. It was something that was taken from me. It was something that was limited from me. And now it's time for me to fight for what's mine. I don't know. I don't know. Like, all of a sudden, I'm getting this air of, I see the injustice. I see where things were out of balance. I see how they were keeping me out of balance. And now I want to be that bitch. I'm not, you see, Page of Wands in reverse. You're no longer naively taking actions. You're no longer like being impulsive. You're really seeing the truth and doing what you're supposed to do to move forward and to bring balance in your life. This kind of feels like the game had cheat codes. Everybody knew the cheat codes except for you. Everybody is thriving and making things happen and you did not. And now that you figured out that they knew the cheat codes the entire time and that's cheating, now you're like, wait, you guys have been messing around way too long. And now it's my turn to call BS, to call judgment, to get what is mine, what is owed to me. You guys have been stealing, lying, cheating, making things limited. No, I'm not going to allow that anymore. And then you're making a plan like, this is what I'm going to do to get myself free. I'm no longer going to be blinded to this reality. And I think that happens a lot to spiritual people, especially because when you first enter this spiritual stuff, even religion, it's like you're supposed to be like Jesus on a cross and sacrifice yourself for everybody. And if you have an iota of, I don't know, ego or a desire or strength of will, you're like some kind of asshole. Yet all these people that are making a crap ton of money um, is exactly what they're doing. I don't get it. I don't get it how. And now you're balancing out the scale. You're stopping being so altruistic and suffering for bleeding heart for everybody and realizing how to defend yourself, because this is a world full of wolves and you need to know how to play their game. This is what it feels like. In the bottom of the deck, you see, you got your first download that you're drinking down and more is going to come. But the information is just for you at this moment. You need to make a plan in silence. Because if you don't make it in silence, somebody's going to come and squash it. When you're ready for action, then you go and you plant those seeds that you have to plant to fight the good fight. So what I'm saying is that the information that you're receiving right now, it's for your eyes only, for your ears only. Make a plan. Do it stealth. Don't let people know what you're going to be doing. And then when you're ready to attack, hit in 100 million miles an hour. So you don't get them ready, because this entire time they've already known the cheat codes. So if you let them know your cards, they're going to know what play you're going to do, and that's going to not work for your benefit. Take it as it resonates. But it's saying remain balanced as you plan your attack, is what it feels like. I hope this helps you, and we'll see you the next time.